It's another episode.
Stop tapping the side.
Of
If you
the
do that again,
Magic Club.
that's not getting in. That's
It is.
no, it's no.
It's better than your intro.
What the fuck was
Stupid
that,
fucking
man?
wrestling intro.
My last intro was class. You didn't even get it. You said you were a wrestling fan.
didn't.
You didn't even fucking get it.
Aye, real wrestling.
Intro's just a guest, secret guest.
The secret guest
Aye,
is Paul, the studio guru,
Alright.
producer Paul.
producer Paul.
How the fuck did I Foley Mark Dallas, by the way? He's talking about fucking Triple H.
Mate, you're playing this down here. You've got gold. I know you've got gold.
You must have met some famous people, but you.
A few. No, really. A few through the studio, but see, meeting them like that, it's not really that big a deal. You're just like, alright, mate, how you doing? They're the most insecure cunts you ever meet in your life, man. See, the most famous people that I've ever met, they're the ones that are the most like, is that alright? And you're like, mate, you're fucking John Hartson. Like, calm down. Do you know what I mean? Like, Barry Ferguson's the same, pure, am I doing alright?
Is that right? Aye.
You did, aye, mate, you're alright.
They've all got fucking media training and all that as well. You think they were switched on yet? Eh?
But then maybe as much as you can get your media training, maybe some of them aren't just savvy enough with stuff like that. And there's just
Aye.
paranoia.
Or proper self-conscious. Like,
Aye.
or
Might be.
ego conscious. Is that a word?
Ego conscious.
I've made it up. Ego conscious.
Might be another word that means
Egotistical.
could be. Aye.
Am I coming across really
You
well?
played well there, mate. You pulled that back.
Hold it back then. I'm actually quite intelligent.
Fair play to you.
Quite smart.
Aye. No doubt, mate.
No, you looked at me as if I was thick as shit.
No, I didn't.
You
Absolutely
regularly
did not.
Didn't you, Paulie? You sit behind that cam. You see exactly how he looks at me.
Mate,
You
you're a
look at me as if I was
businessman.
stupid.
I applaud you.
It's just a wee business.
Just a wee business.
It does alright.
Anybody
a wee-
listening, just a wee business.
Just a wee hobby.
Uh-huh.
It's a wee Saturday job. Do you know what I want to know? Is there any folk you've met in here or in general that you've just no liked from the get-go?
A few, but I don't know if I could name. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I do a lot of work for PTs, right? So they're nice people,
They're
right?
all- they're
But they're
wankers.
all, aye. See, really and truly, they're all fucking dicks, man. You're like, mate, you must be the most boring cunt ever at a fucking party. Like, see all that? I'm 40, so I'm 41 this year, so I was born in 83. And I meet a lot of guys that are like 20, 21, 22, and I'm like, yous are fuck. No, I'm just going to start a business, man. I don't drink. And I'm like, yous are fucking losers, man. Like, no one like that. Like,
Paul, I don't drink. Remember this one?
no, but look, we're a bit older, but we're a bit older.
I have drank though. I've been fucking
Exactly.
mad with.
We're a wee bit older. I
Aye.
don't drink much either. I have a couple of pints of Guinness like a few times a year, but mate,
You've had life experience, but
aye, mate, fucking hell. Like, I've,
Aye, at that age, that's when you're at your prime, innit? That's when you're
aye,
at-
what you
aye.
doing? They're
Aye.
pure, no, like, and I think, honestly, see if you're a bird in 2024, you must be looking about going, I'm going to be a fucking lesbian, man. Like, all these young guys, honestly, see, like, the pure gym obsessed, like, fucking posting photos with their taps off on social media. I'm like, listen, you need to get a grip of yourself.
Aye.
Like,
Aye.
there's a weird, like,
the PT thing really annoys me. Really annoys me.
Aye.
Like, they all, like, as you say, at 19, 20, talking as if they're fucking gurus. I'm like, shut up, man.
I heard a PT, right? I'll no name names. I'll try no name names unless they're like really famous. I've got a couple of stories with like a couple of people that are really famous that we'll probably get into. But the guy was like, I've been training so hard for the last 6 months. I've not been able to get hard on.
What?
And I'm like, what's your life about? Like my full. Surely life as a young guy's about fucking going out with your mates, having
Aye.
a laugh and pumping birds.
At that age,
Aye.
you couldn't get rid of your hard on, could you?
That's what I mean.
You couldn't get it, you didn't, man. I know.
So these, it's like I honestly think all their priorities are all fucked. It's all about how they look.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye,
And how they look
100%.
on the internet, rather than, mate. See if there had been Instagram when I was 21, man, I'd have been getting fucking bodied left, right, and centre, man. I was a mess, honestly.
See, when we were that age, I feel as if we were like young men, whereas at that age
Yeah,
they're
it's
wee
totally
guys.
different now, aye.
They're wee guys, aren't they?
But
Like,
it's as if they've got two lives. Like, they've got their social media
aye.
and they're that terrified to do anything else. They just kind of don't do. They're so quiet for the rest of it.
And pure insecure.
Aye,
and all that.
yeah.
Aye.
Like,
Go to
raging
Top Golf.
insecurities.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And they go and play darts at that place. I'm like, wait, you got to playing darts for? Like, what you
Aye.
playing at? Like, they're paying about fucking £100 to go to the driving range. You're like,
Aye.
what
The
is going on?
environment's totally different. That's what one of the things we've got to speak about is like the music and all that. They listen to, like, we were talking about it the other day, and I said, see when you go out because they don't go to the fucking dancing anymore like we used to go to the dancing, right?
So what do they do?
Where
What's
they
up?
go to a
Go to
pub.
Starbucks?
They go to the pub and they have somebody fucking playing the guitar like Phoebe out of Friends, right? I'm not naming any pubs. I don't want any heat on me, right? But they go to these places and there's live music and all that. And I was like, does nobody dance? Where's it? Like we used to go to Yates's and fucking Lloyd's and places like that, and it would be a fucking buzz.
Aye.
What was it? Barcini and all them. Do you remember? Like, it would be like the dancing before the dancing.
Aye.
And then you went out and it'd be like fucking proper music. They don't have it anymore. They're like, oh, it's the Savoy, I think, plays on that, but we don't go there. And where do you go? Or we go to that pub and somebody plays fucking Stick Season to 2 in. Like, what? There's no
totally
fucking no
different.
jumping about and there's
Totally
none of that madness anymore. And that created, because you went in there, that was a survival ring, wasn't it? You went into these places and you fucking had to, because it was.
You just
Aye,
enjoyed yourself.
but-
You weren't bothered about
Aye.
anything else. You weren't bothered about getting fucking photos took or getting on social media. You just went out to have a laugh with your pals.
I don't even think we really proper gave a fuck about like how much people's clothes cost or anything like that. did we?
No, man. No, I remember one night I was sitting in my mate's, it was like a Thursday night, and he was like, I've got 2 eckies in there. So like, do you want to just take the 2 eckies and we'll go up the garage? And we're like, aye, fuck it. We took 2 eckies and go on a 42. We went up to the garage.
In the bus.
Just see like that? Like, just, I can't imagine. There must be, they must still be out there. Honestly, they're just no...
People like that. Aye.
They're just no on Instagram.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Off the grid,
Aye,
aren't they?
Because just aye, you'd be a slabbering mess, man. Like you would be fawning about and that. You'd be fucking fight me cunts and all that. It's totally different. It's probably changed. See, as I'm saying that, I'd say that the majority is probably positive for them. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But they're missing out on that. Like, I don't know, man. I think I learned a lot of life lessons when I was absolutely half my nut. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, I'll never do that again.
But also as well, you could fuck up and nobody cared. There was no cameras, there was no clips of your pals going, oh, look at the state you just went out. There was no paranoia about, oh, somebody's going to post that one.
I can remember the first time, right? I think it was Bebo, maybe. And my mate had his mum and dad owned, they owned a place at the fruit market.
Right.
You know what fruit market's like, you get in, whatever you want, it goes through the fucking fruit market. And they had a bar in their back garden. This is before COVID and all the man caves, right? And we were like, this is fucking amazing, fully stocked.
Nice.
And we get fucking absolutely steaming one night. I remember seeing a vodka, it was in like a pint glass, and it was like fucking that, like
Coke in it, change the colour of it, and that was it.
6 measures or something, and that's what we were drinking. And then we started like singing and putting tunes on, and my mate videoed it. So this is like the first time I'd ever seen it. So we woke up the next day and I was like, what a night last night, blah, blah, blah. My missus at the time was like, it's a fucking video, and it might have been early days of Facebook. There's a video of that fucking John, I'll fucking name him, Bobag. And I was straight away, text, get that fucking down, you prick. Don't ever secretly fucking I was, mate,
No,
it was
it's
so
snidey,
bad.
man.
It was so bad. We were on the mad fucking, what was the Rihanna t-shirts and all that? See, like,
A top shop. Rihanna t-shirts.
there was
at
a
a
few of
top
them
shop.
cutting about. I never wore one of them, but like there was a few of them cutting about. It was ruined about that time, so I don't know what social media.
Jeez.
But that was the first time I'd ever been involved in anything like that. I was like, that cunt's fucking videoed us secretly to the corner of that bar, which
The
was
sheer
my mate's
fear.
shed.
Remember when videos first started? I remember a boy, he was in the cadets with us, and he was pumping a lassie on somebody was videoing it, and it went viral, round everywhere. You'll remember the video.
Bluetooth.
He had his socks on. It was getting
I do
Bluetooth to
remember
everybody.
that.
And he was in the papers and all that, and they were like, oh, young
Was he
Lothario.
a car mechanic or something?
I think he was. Was his second name Gray? I can't remember his first name. He was tanned guy and all that, handsome wee
I
guy.
do remember
and
it.
he was in the papers and all that, like for a good while. It ran a good course.
Hate crime nowadays, man.
And he was
Oh,
getting, he
by
was
the
getting
way,
all sorts
aye.
of birds out here. Like, he was going to the dancing and people were like, oh, I seen you in that video and all that, going at it. And that was like one of the first videos that got fucking sent round.
He'd be shunned now, man.
Aye, massive.
Jeez.
I was in the counting house with a guy, and he was pure. Can't believe I'm going to say this. He was like, I do a thing called toothing. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, I go for a shite. And then I just Bluetooth it, take a photo of it, and just Bluetooth it to everybody in the pub.
Oh no, to the pub?
He was like, we were in the Count House, and I was like, where you? He went away for a while, and I was like, where you been? He was sitting on his phone.
You could do that, man.
And people just have open Bluetooth, and and they would accept it, and then a photo of his shite would just pop up on their phone.
That's actually
Stunning
decent
it
part, I like
about. Who's that?
I wonder if MD listening's ever been in a Waterspoons and be like, fucking hard to read. Because it would just accept, and then it would just pop up on your phone. But he would like go for a shite and take photos and stuff. Something in that last podcast he's were doing with Mark Dallas reminded me taking your clothes off to have a shite. We were in Strathclyde Student Union one night, and a guy that I went to school with, fucking great laugh, like good laugh in a night out, but see you after a night out, you're like, get him to fuck, do you know what I mean? And he went in for a shite. He's pure I'm busting for a shite. And I'm like, don't go for a shite in fucking Strathclyde Student Union, yeah, if you're not. He's like, no, I need to go. And he went into the toilet, and there was like 3 guys and just sitting in this is before like the guys that would give you deodorant and stuff like that. There was nobody in the toilet. These 3 guys were in the toilet, and they said they walked in, shut the doors, sat down, started having a shite. He's like, it was one of the ones. Oh, like fucking. And they started laughing, and he was like, what are they fucking laughing at? And he turned round, there was no bog roll. So they took all the bog roll out. Yes. So wait, you hear this, right? This guy's fucking off his nut. He took his boxers off, wiped his arse with his boxers, and as he walked out, just flung it, and one of them caught it. Fucking shite out of their hands.
That's barking, man.
That's your worst nightmare.
I made a TikTok about that once. A guy in an office I used to work in, he was pure notorious because he would go in for a shite, and then he would come out and he wouldn't wash his hands, and then he would just open the door and be away. So I'm a clean freak, and I'm like, that is fucking rank.
That's basics.
So I was in the cubicle one day, and there was no toilet roll left, and so I went out, and he was coming in, and rather than fucking saying to him, I just let him go in. Heard the keg strap, sat down. He looked like fat bastard at Austin Powers, right? He's a big fucking. That kind of looks like a baby, like one of them. Got a neck like a vagina and all that. He sat down, arse has exploded. I've sat and listened to the thing in full high definition, man, just like that. Oh yes. And then I've just been like, he's just like, you fucking bastard, man. And I'm like, away out the door. Fuck you, man. That's disgusting, innit?
But you wonder what he did. If he's not the type to wash his hands and that, man.
Just probably got up and fucking walked out.
I was going to say, he probably just pulled his kicks up.
Disgusting, man. He's one of the big smelly fat people, you know what I mean? That just, you're like, oh, you're stinking, man. That's really bad.
When I worked in Virgin Megastore, there was a guy, see like places like Tesco, McDonalds will take on people when they're like special needs or whatever, do you know what I mean? And then this guy, Jamie, maybe about 30 stone, absolutely fucking reeking of shite. And we stuck him in, so we had the PlayStation booths. See, when they were done with the gaming booths, they'd put them in the staff room, and somebody fucking stuck him into ISS, like a fat player. And he was doing bicycle kicks and all that.
He was doing bicycle kicks.
He used to drink,
cartwheel celebrations, though.
It was hilarious, man. We all get chinned for it, man, because you can't bully like the special needs guy. You know what I mean? And like he's seen it and all that, man. But he used to drink like he was the first guy I ever met that every day would get like a pure Starbucks. Do you know what I mean? And like it was back. I worked in Virgin Megastore. I started in there in 2003. Wasn't really a thing. Coffee wasn't a fucking thing. He would come in with a Starbucks every day without fail. He would destroy the toilet, man. Honestly, it would be like the night before he must have been eating like, you know what I mean, and like doner meat,
packets of jalapenos,
cheesecake, and then fucking coming in having about 10 gallons of coffee, and then he would just go in and destroy the fucking toilet.
It's
man.
mental when you see like eating habits. Like, see, when I used to work in the Inland Revenues, it was called then back in the day.
Fucking boo.
And see the things you used to sit and watch people eat, man. They're like, this boy used to come in with 2 2-litre bottles of iron brew a day, and it'd be done by like 11 o'clock.
Nah, man.
I'm like, mate, you must be in tatters, man.
That's disgusting.
And he would just buy like packets of like 4 yum-yums and just scalp them all, and then go and get his lunch, and you'd be like,
the worst one of that I ever experienced was I worked for Virgin Media, selling broadband and that, and there was a shop in Buchanan Street, and they were opening the shop in Dundee. So what they did was they'd hired the staff and they came down for training, so they were with us for like a month. And there was this guy, Chris. He was mental, man. It turned out that his mum and dad were like giving him fucking hash when he was like a baby to get him to go to sleep. And they
The
think it
McCanns.
maybe
The
fucked
fucking
with seeds.
McCanns,
Aye,
weren't
man,
they,
like pure
Jeez.
dosing your fucking Wayne. And he... One day I went to go for a customer and they pushed me and I was like, fucking put your horn on me ever again, you wee cunt. And I get fucking hauled in there. They were like, you can't be fucking threatening. And I was like, fucking push me.
Aye.
Can't be doing that. It was sales. So it was like really
Aye, commission.
competitive. Now I went to go for a customer and they fucking pushed me and get in front of me. I was like, you're fucking me dick. But one day on lunch, he had a chicken and mushroom pot noodle
Right.
with mackerel. We like, opened a tin of mackerel, poured it into the chicken and mushroom pot noodle.
No.
With a black pudding supper.
Fuck.
And then he was
Smell,
sitting.
man.
So I was like, they would put you on lunch, like on a rotation. I was on lunch with him. I was like, I'm going out. The smell was unreal. And I came back and he was sitting playing with his belly button, like under his tap, like button, just going, bleh,
No.
bleh. I was like to my manager, you need to get him to fuck, man. Honestly, I'm going to end up killing him. And they put him in the shop in Perth. They're like, don't come back.
Oh, man.
That was the worst one I'd ever seen with that.
Imagine that was your first day of the job. You come in, this guy's just sitting there.
Playing with his belly button.
What do you think about eating fish in the workplace?
No.
Nah.
Unacceptable, man.
Think so?
It's the smell.
Aye.
We're talking chippy fish, I think. Cod.
I see the
What
tins of
about
mackerel
fish?
you're talking about. I
No,
used to
you
have
can't
that
have
with
tin
rice.
stuff,
I
man.
used to microwave the rice, but no microwave the fish because you get it in the wee tins with like curry sauce and all
Aye.
that. That's quite nice, but nah.
It just smells, man.
Aye.
Don't think mackerel really smells. It's like tuna a wee bit. I don't think that actually smells when you open the tin. When you stick it into a roasting hot fucking pot noodle,
Aye, that's
it
chicken
reeks,
and-
man.
I don't
And
eat
then a black
mushrooms
pudding
anyway,
supper
but
as well. That's just random.
that's some size of lunch.
I know.
He was a bit of a boy. He was a, you know what I mean? And he was a
What
big
his
boy.
dinner's like, man. Fucking hell.
I could say his surname, but I won't do it.
Desperate, ain't he?
Mate, you must have
Aye.
some doozies for that Virgin Megastore because that shop was like the fucking
mate.
Wild West.
Oh, mate, I loved it in there because I played in a band. So I played in a band for 10 years. So they would let you come and go as you please. Do you know what I mean? And so I left McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's at Parkhead Forge, and that place was wild.
That's another one.
I'll tell you a story about that McDonald's, right? So the guy that owned, I won't say his name, right? I won't say his name. He was the manager. He was a boy.
Right.
Like pumping fucking 16, 17-year-olds at the Christmas night out and that. He's like 40. Do you know what I mean? His missus worked in the one on London Road. He was off his nut, man. He was absolutely off his nut. See if anybody worked in that McDonald's for like 19...
They get pumped up.
No, aye.
Gotta set up a helpline.
Oh, mate, like one of the times on the Christmas night out, with the Christmas night out in Shuttleson Juniors, and I walked in for a piss, and as I went to walk in, a guy went like, big thing was in there. I was like, all right, whatever, and walked in, all you could hear was, and I'm like, he's fucking pumping somebody in that fucking cubicle. Store manager, right, legend. Like, he was into all sorts. He used to sell Timby boots at the drive-through. See if anybody worked in that McDonald's between like 95 and 2003, they'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
Focal boy or this man.
Permatan. Like, oh no, they'll be able to fun. See if they Google what I'm just about to tell you. So maybe about 5 years later, I'm sitting in Virgin Megastore, Sunday paper, centre spread. McDonald's manager caught with £2 million worth of heroin in the boot of his car.
Aye.
And he get caught coming from Manchester with £2.5 million worth of heroin and 250 grand in cash. And then 10 years later, I ordered a Jasmine for the Chinese in Shelton.
deliver it?
All right, big man. I was like,
way, man.
all right, mate, how you doing?
That's mad, isn't it?
Aye,
So I'm getting his back,
crazy.
back on his feet.
But
after
he
getting out of
used
jail.
to, the cops used to come into the drive-through and he'd wave them down, give them free food and that because he was selling Viagra and fucking Ceric taps, Rangers taps, like stolen goods out the drive-through.
That's mad, isn't it? I see, McDonald's are like franchises, wasn't it? Did he own the franchise or was he just the manager?
He was just the manager.
That's class,
So
innit?
when I joined, it wasn't a franchise.
Aye.
That was because I was going to say Celtic Park, but Parkhead was a big hitter. So they would keep the city centre ones.
Uh-huh.
And McDonald's would own them, but then they sold them off to a guy called Andy. That's one guy, and he was pure Tory boy, and he pure turned up. See, like, you ever seen that meme where it's Steve Buscemi with like the backwards hat and the skateboard? It was like, he was coming in, he's pure, all right, lads, and you're like, oh, fuck off, you yak. Like,
Middle of Park kid.
aye, he came in the kitchen where he was like, I'll get in. I'll
He's
go
on
in
the back making tenner bags up now.
No, like, he was like, I'll go on the grill. I'll go on the grill. Middle of Saturday
shut up,
afternoon,
man.
mayhem, queued out the door, Ceric game on. He's like, I'll go on the grill. No bother, Andy, on you go. It was like fucking 30 seconds. He was like, get back on. Like, I'm away. I can't handle it. But he was all right. Like the guy Andy was all right, but it was pure. He was trying to be cool. Do you know what I mean? And then we were at the back smoking hash. Fuck off you. Do you know what I mean?
I love that folk were going to drive-through and getting like the Big Macs and Viagra and a pair of Tumby boots and then up the road.
There's always a turn happening
everywhere.
Everywhere. Somebody's always making a turn or doing a turn.
In Glasgow?
Everywhere. Aye.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter where it is. Somebody's always at it.
People are always looking for it as well.
I know.
But Virgin Megastore, man, that was like... So McDonald's was mental because it was just like... I went there when I was 15 till I was 18. So you're like going out every weekend. Like it was one time we were at a house party in Denniston. Make sure that camera's still on. We were at a house party in Denniston and you were...
Always a professional, aren't you? Like, fucking always checking, man.
Going straight down to do like a breakfast shift. Finishing my bottle of cider, putting it in the bin and getting in and doing a breakfast shift McDonald's. It was like that type of stuff. There was like madness, all sorts of people getting together, breaking up and all that. It was crazy, like gang fighting in the shop on a Friday night. It was just crazy for stuff like that. But when I went to Virgin Megastore, it was more like the store manager was like bringing in grams of coke and all that. Do you know what I mean? And they were all like, we used to be in a band or we're in a band. It was like that. And I loved it, mate. I absolutely loved it. You could get away with murder. I went to see... So I was a Christmas temp in Virgin Megastore, and I went to the Strathclyde Student Union Christmas all-nighter, which started at 8 and finished at 8 in the morning. Girls Aloud were playing. It was fucking incredible.
Jeez,
and then went straight to Virgin Megastore for my first day. And I turned up and they were all pure, you're stinking as Zambuca. And I was like, I better go and get chewing gum. Blah, blah, blah. Like, first day of work, absolutely steaming drunk. Ran out of steam at about midday and just stood there behind the counter, just dying. And they kept me on. Don't know why they kept me on.
Because you could hide in that place. It was like fucking 5 floors.
I still love going there,
we used to hang about in there at weekends.
Did you? Fucking hated you.
Saturday, Sundays, man. Just
play all the games and all that, the computer games.
So when you hung about, did it have the internet cafe at the top of the escalator, or was it the Costa Coffee?
No, it was an internet cafe. You used to be able to...
That's right.
You could take the CDs out of the headphones and scan the barcode in and just listen to an album.
So you could, man. That's right.
They used to spend about 4 hours in there.
Aye. And the big fucking, all the posters and all that, just...
The poster rack.
It was a day out, man.
It was a day out, and I done that before I worked there. And I just went in one day. I was working at McDonald's. I went to... The reason I left McDonald's was I'd said to them, I'm going to Ibiza, like this date. It was, I think, August... 2 weeks in August or something. I was like, me and my mates got to Ibiza, and they were like, right, no bother. And I went in 2 weeks before and looked at the rotor, and I'm like, I'm on the fucking rotor, I'm going to Ibiza. And they were like, well, you either turn up or you don't. And I was like, fucking ram your job up your ass. So I came back for Ibiza, and I was my second year of uni, and I was walking down. I went to Cali Uni, and I was walking down past the Virgin Megastore, and I was like, fucking go in. I was like, you're looking for staff? And they're like, we're taking on Christmas temps. And I was like, oh. And then that was me, mate. I was there for... Well, I worked for Virgin for 17 years. So I went from Virgin Megastore to Virgin Mobile and then to Virgin Media. So I was with a Virgin company for 17, 18 years.
It always looked like one of the shops when you're a wee guy that looked class to work in.
Aye.
But then obviously as you got older and you realise you've then got to deal with all the wee dicks like us that were in there at the time.
Dealing with the public is honestly like, no word of a lie, the general public are just a bunch of fucking arseholes, man. And I mean that, like, you get people like, you're like, oh, they're sound.
Aye.
But then the average person is a fucking prick, man. See, when they get into, you probably meet them. I can't really throw anybody under the bus, but I've got a couple of stories with people, like mates, family members,
right?
And you're like, mate, your dad's a fucking rocket.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And like he was in pure screaming at some lassie about a fucking mobile phone or something like that.
You can spot, I say it all the time, but you can spot the people that are problems straight away. Like, as soon as they come into your shop, you fucking... As soon as they open their mouth, you're like, you're going to cause issues here. Before you've even fucking kicked the ball. Do you know what I mean? You know them.
We used to do the meet and greets. So you would meet famous people there.
Aye.
And I think I met more famous people doing that than what I did, like, doing podcasts. And I suppose people would be like, he's famous, but I'm talking, like, you know, Coldplay.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And
I queued up to try and see David Beckham with fucking... What do you call it? Was doing a tour with Dane Bowers. Victoria. She brought a song out.
That was Norgill Street, I think.
He came where?
You were slagging me about David Beckham last week.
No, wasn't he?
Aye, you were. You and Jen were like, oh, what's so special about David Beckham?
You said he was the coolest person after Liam Gallagher.
You fucking cute to see him.
I disagreed with that.
You cute to see him.
Cute to see a lot of people, mate.
Who?
Cute to go to fucking Rangers every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
That's unfortunate.
Aye,
for you.
exactly. So
But
shut your mouth.
So was that Buchanan Street? Was that Argyle Street?
No, that was the one at the top of Buchanan Street.
Right, so
And he
when
was,
that worked in,
Beckham was hanging out the window.
it would have been before. I
But you
worked
used to
there.
be able to buy like gig tickets and all that as
Aye,
well
Ticket
in
Scotland.
Virgin.
When I played in the band, like I used to do the ticket counter sometimes. I'd be like, get me on the ticket counter, and people would come up and I'd be like, do you know what, I go and see a band in King Tut's on Friday night? I'd be like, I'll give you 10% off your Stereophonics ticket if you buy a ticket to
Fucking
my band.
genius, by the way, man.
And I'd,
Genius.
I'd
Love
sell
that.
tickets,
Aye.
like I'd sell my tickets to my gigs all the time, and then I'd take my CDs, I'd have a wee pile of my band's CDs and I'd just slip into bags and just give to
Class.
people.
Fucking
Aye, I love
class.
that shit, but aye, meeting famous people, like some of them, they're sound, some of them like, right, oh, wet, right? So fucking Marty Pello, right? What a fucking arsehole.
Aye.
Absolute. Well, don't know about now, right?
Aye.
Don't know the guy, met him once. This one time they were doing their greatest hits, and he's an addict, and see when people are addicts, like, their fucking heat's gone, right? So, no judgment, but when I met him, right, a prick, like, top of the fucking pile of, like, dickheads. And he's swaggering about like he fucking owns the place. He's making demands, and I was like, I fucking hate this cunt. I hate wet anyway, right? Like, see all that shit, cunts all like that, like, oh, fucking wet class. Like, get a fucking grip of yourself, man. Come on, to fuck, man. So all day listening to fucking wet's greatest hits. They come out, they do their set, and like that, right? I'm on the close, so I'm in till 8 o'clock. He's up the stair doing gear or something, I don't know, man. They were fucking in that green room. There was a big green room.
Right.
So you wouldn't have known this, right? See when you went above the third floor, it was massive, man. And they had a big conference room, a big video wall and all that. It was brilliant. They would have been in the conference room as like their dressing room. So we're leaving. Somebody goes in, he's like, you need to go.
Right.
He's like, all right, no bother. So I'm like at the lift, like, shut the fucking door, man, they're coming. So Marty Pello, the guy that plays bass in Wet, and their manager come in, and it's me and a guy, my mate Richie, I'm still pals with him. We're stoning, and mate, I'm just one of these cunts that I can't be like, all right, mate, how you doing?
aye.
I'm just pure, all right.
I know you don't like him.
And also, Marty Pello's a wee guy, right, and I'm 6'5", so I've got this thing where
You're standing up your tiptoes and all that.
no, like wee guys like that, they either don't give a fuck or they're
Aye.
like pure. The big man thinks he's who does he? I don't know if
Aye.
you get that. You're quite tall.
Aye.
And I was like all the way growing up, you get like wee guys just pick on you. So Marty Pell's come into the lift and he's like, oh, what have you been eating or something? I was like, oh, fuck up. You know what I
You
mean?
wee
Like that.
fucking dick.
Aye, whatever. And they went like that. Oh, cheer up, big man. It might never happen. And I went, it's already happened, mate. I've had to fucking listen to you singing all day.
Is that right?
And the manager and the bass player for wet, all that, you just get done there, man. Like, no wait. And honestly, he was like that. He was
raging, man.
He was raging. Fucking raging, putting a complaint to my manager and everything.
Aye. Well, he's fucking poked the bear, hasn't he?
I bet he's put the complaint in because he's banned in that. I've started ripping him because you've torn him
They
up.
didn't like him anyway. So I tell that story to a guy that was in music, and he was like, everybody hates Marty Pello.
Aye.
You know, like, oh, he's banned and all that, don't want anything to do with him. I was like, aye, you could tell, man, they were fucking howling at him. I was just like that, just come out with it.
Aye.
Like, fuck you, man. No chance. Get
He's
fucked.
he's disappeared now, hasn't he, Marty Pello?
I think he did the Hydro or something last year.
Oh, did he?
Aye, he did like a Christmas thing or something.
I don't think he's getting to do with a band anymore. I think he just does his own thing. I think he just tours.
I just know that they did one song, didn't he?
Love
It was
is all
number
around.
one for about fucking 30 years.
It was in a film.
Love Actually.
No, 4 Weddings and a
4
Funeral.
Weddings and a Funeral. Love actually was
It was in Love Actually. The fucking Gregor Fisher.
Aye,
he
but
was
the
a manager
wet
of the guy,
sound, that was the soundtrack for 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Aye, sorry,
Aye.
you're right. We're both right.
We're both right.
The threes are right.
Aye.
Right. Have you
Everybody's
seen Love
right.
Actually, by the way?
mate. It's one of my favourite films.
What a fucking movie, innit?
Aye.
So good, man. Christmas time.
Aye.
What's your favourite Christmas film?
Home Alone.
Is it? What's yours, Paul?
So see, Christmas time, me and my missus will start like 1st of December and we'll watch
Aye.
all the Christmas movies.
Tree up
and
and all that.
I pure
Aye.
love
First one on the
it.
street to get the tree
Aye,
up.
man, I pure love it. Pure love Christmas Day. Love cooking Christmas dinner and all that.
Aye.
Love
Like,
Christmas dinner,
absolutely
man.
love it. But my favourite Christmas movie, I don't know. It's a Wonderful Life is got
Oh,
to be
by the
on
way.
there, man.
That is a good.
See people that say I'm not watching that, it's black and white. It's fucking amazing, innit? What a film, man.
Aye.
So good.
You
I
been
watch
to
that
the-
every Christmas Eve.
You been to
every
the
year.
GFT?
No, because they show it every year, didn't they?
You should go, man. It's an experience because it's an old cinema and it's nice and cozy.
Keep saying that every year to go and do it. Every Christmas Eve I watch that. Santa Claus the movies, mine. See the one with
The
Doug
OG one? Oh, mate, aye.
You seen that one?
Aye.
It's fucking minted,
Aye.
man.
How much did you want one of the lollipops when you were a wee guy, man? You're just pure fucking
Was it
fly
Easy-
away for this shit.
Easy Toys, was that what it was? Beezy?
Oh, God, it was like the wee warehouse, wasn't it?
He was the guy that played Lord Farquaad, wasn't he?
He was in that Third Rock for the Sun.
Aye.
That
He
was,
was a
that was
dad.
class, man.
Aye.
That was that. There's so many
What
good
a film,
Christmas
man.
films.
I love Christmas movies.
Aye.
My mates at Christmas time, let's watch this movie, and they watch the same fucking movie every single day. Some fucking shite hang on Netflix. I was like, I've got a million movies we can watch, and they're like, no, it's just, I'm like, fucking hell, man.
But I think it's different now because they've got so many options.
Aye.
Whereas when like we were growing up, you had
A videotape or
like your
whatever.
Home Alone or something.
You had like 10 VHS that you would watch air and air and air and
Aye.
air again,
Aye.
and then you had to wait till Christmas time for the Christmas movies to get
Aye.
one. Whereas now they could just fire a Christmas movie
Aye.
on whenever. You know
But
what
Christmas
I mean?
movies now on the normal telly, there's none. It's just Harry Potter's
I
on
know.
repeat at Christmas time, innit?
Aye,
That's
there's
it.
no really.
Christmas TV used to be, remember the
Radio
Sunday
Times.
Mail?
Radio Times.
I was a
and that.
Sunday
guide,
Mail.
man.
We'd get the
Aye.
Sunday
Aye.
Mail Christmas guide, and you'd be going through and like, what movies are on?
Aye.
Oh yes, aye, man.
Try to record things on your video.
Lot on long play.
Aye. And some bastard records out of it like Coronation
man.
Street or something.
Recording things off the telly was class, wasn't it?
I've still got a few. I've still got a box of videos from when I was a
Aye.
wee guy. I've got like, don't know why I keep it. Probably a bit of nostalgia.
Pornos. It's definitely pornos, innit?
No,
Pornos,
no,
man.
No, no.
Do not take over.
I've got a porno story. I've told that in this actually. Come back, sorry, Paul, let you finish. Come
We
back to
went
my
to a
porno
fucking
story.
Christmas film to that.
Come back to my
I've got a porno
right?
story as well. But I tell you that actually, my missus outed. She remember Sharon was telling you, but we'll talk about that in a second. But I've still got like a box, and maybe about I was going to say maybe about 5 years ago, but that would be COVID. So we're talking probably about 20 years ago, right? I got the VHS out and hooked it up and stuck on. It was like WrestleMania 7.
What?
Taped off Sky Movies.
Jeez.
And honestly, like the wrestling, I was like, whatever, see the adverts. Fucking hell, man.
aye.
Fast forwarding it to get to the adverts, man. It's fucking class.
It's pure, that is proper nostalgia, but adverts in it.
Aye.
Love all that
You
shit,
still,
man.
I used to always remember the wrestling. You would only have like one of your pals that had Sky Sports, and you'd be like, going to record that for us. And it was always at 3 in the morning or something, so it was
Aye.
like a 2-day wait. Like, I want to watch it first.
We had Sky. See, I've told this before, man. It's fucking. See, first time I watched wrestling, I spewed.
Is that right?
I was like 4, and I didn't know it wasn't real.
Aye.
And the guy
I
came
didn't know
out.
what was real till I was like 34, mate. Fucking hell, man.
Well, I got to explain to me when I was a wee guy. Like the guy came out, so they chapped the door and they were like, "There's this new thing, Sky. If you take it for the first year, it was free,
Aye.
and you tuned it into Channel 6 or Channel. It would have been Channel 5
Aye,
actually
aye.
on your telly. But then they were like, if you want to keep it going, we'll come out and we'll put the dish, and it was a big Amstrad grey
Aye,
dishes
it was,
that they
aye.
put up. And the first Saturday, the guy came out and like tuned it into the telly. And me and my dad sitting watching it. It was like Superstars of Wrestling, Saturday morning, Sky 1. I'm like, oh, can't wait. Put it on, watching it. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I started feeling a feeling in my stomach, man. And I went to the toilet and fucking spewed because it just, I was like to myself, like, are they going to die? Like, what's do you know what I mean? And like,
Aye, you're
stop your wee
traumatised,
guy. And then
man.
my dad was like, come here. And he was, like, sat me down. He was like, it's not real.
Aye.
They're doing this, they're stamping their feet. And I was like, all right, okay. But first time I watched
I used to think it was real,
WWF,
man.
I fucking spewed my ringer.
Used to get pure wrapped up in the storylines, you know what I mean,
Aye,
guy?
big time.
100%.
Big time, man. Right, do you want to hear my porno story? I'm naming names in this and I don't give a fuck, right? If they want to come for me, they can come for me. I don't care. So, we were at school. I must have been first year, second year. A boy in our school, Johnny Wright, class guy, right? And he's like, oh, I've got a porno. Do you want to line it? And I was like, aye, he's line it. So it was a DVD, right? It was called Curse of the Catwoman, right? So it was
A
like
DVD?
Aye. It was like a mad fucking German thing.
Curse of the Catwoman?
You were at school and you had a DVD?
Aye.
I don't think DVDs were a thing when I was at school.
No.
Aye. Or a CD.
Oh, what age are you?
I'm 37.
Nah, you're 4 year I jumped there.
Maybe I
There's
was
still
in third
videos
year.
when I was
Maybe I
at
was in
school.
third year.
Aye, okay.
Anyway, I was in
Right,
school
okay.
anyway. So it's a true story. The first part of it's not believable now, right? But it's true. So Johnny's came, do you want this Curse of the Catwoman? It's German, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, 100%. So I've taken it home, watched it, right? And there's this big German guy and there's 2 women in it and they're basically like got like fucking cat whiskers and all that. And they're all in this bed and one of the lassies is sleeping and he's railing the other lassie, right? And the other one wakes up and he just goes at her, shh, just watch, right? And he keeps going, and then he pulls out, and then he's like, come on, kiss it, right? So we were using that pattern in school all the time. Johnny's like, have you watched it yet? And all that. I'm like, come on, kiss it, right? So we were shouting it in class, and everybody's fucking pissed themselves laughing, right? So I still had the DVD, or the CD, whatever the fuck it is, right? And I says to my mate Skelly, do you want to learn this porno? And he's like, I give it. So I've given it him. I'm like, it's fucking dynamite, blah, blah, blah. Hadn't seen many pornos, right? At that time, like, you porno and all that wasn't a thing.
Like 5 dildos, that was the rating.
Aye, that's it. So he's taking that away, right? And about 2 weeks later, Johnny's like to me in school, listen, mate, where's that fucking porno? I want that back. And I was like, oh, it's in my house, I never told him I'd fucking lent it on again, right? Like Global Video, you know what I mean? So I'm like to Skelly, mate, porno, rapid. And he's like, I can't find it. I can't fucking find it. And so his wee brother Simon was getting the dairy, right? And he's like, you stole that fucking porno? And he's like, no, I haven't. He was like 2 or 3 years younger, like, didn't know what he was for yet, do you know what I mean? So he's getting the blame. Nah. So maybe 6 weeks to 8 weeks later or something like that, we were on the army cadets, right? And we're fucking, it was a pure shitty night one night, and we're standing outside, and the few were got to get the bus. And Skelly's dad comes down to pick him up. So he's like, boys, you want a lift? So I've jumped in the motor, man. And we're driving up Maryhill Road, and there's this fucking motor, like, bombing it up the outside, and the dad's in the inside lane. And Skelly's like, Dad, smoke him. And he's like, shh, just watch. And we were sat in the back like, no way, man, fucking Dad stole the porno.
Brilliant.
It's class, he put it out to himself. Like, get off your fucking dad. It's class, innit?
Mate.
And he's still sitting in the front going as if, what you was laughing at, man, up here hitting each other like, no way.
Right, you see, when we were in primary school, I think we must have been about primary 6 or 7, somebody fun a porno. And now that way he was like, I've stashed it. Like, we'll go and get it after school. Like, right, cool. I don't even know who the guy was, but we we're in a wee huddle, do you know what I mean? And he's opened it up, and this guy's went, I don't like that. Like, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?
Why she cut? Oh, mate. Oh, no, man. Unreal. So innocent, wasn't it, back then? Fucking hell.
Aye, my porno story, these I've heard, is I used to do it. I've been working since I was like 9-year-old. So I'd get a paper run that. Like, we were proper working class, you know what I mean? Proper poor. Well, I say that, like, we were poor in the sense that I got everything. See, birthday, Christmas, brilliant. But see, outside of that, if you were asking for stuff, you were only fucking plums, do you know what I mean? You were getting laughed at. And sometimes you wouldn't get the thing that you wanted, like, but you would get something the equivalent. Like, my mum and dad did everything that they fucking could for us. It was catalogues and Provi checks and all sorts.
Same as the rest days, mate.
Aye. And everybody was in the same boat. You would get a few people, you'd be like, fucking prick, do you know what I mean? And they would get everything that they fucking wanted. You're like, yeah, fucking wee dick. They'd get bullied. But fucking, what was I saying there? Aye, I've been working. So I used to do the papers and went for like RS McCalls and blah, blah, blah. And it was when I became a teenager, I stole a couple of porno mags. I was like, all right, cool. And I had like this bedroom set that had a beanbag, and I stuffed them in the beanbag so that they didn't get fun, do you know what I mean? If MD came in the room, I'd be sitting on the beanbag, always.
Sitting in the pornos.
Yeah, like, just sitting on my beanbag on my telly.
Sitting in his porno throne.
Aye, my porno throne. Sitting playing like a Super NES. And,
a king.
Forget all about it, man. Like, fucking, my nephew's about, this is 15, 16. He must have been about 4. My phone goes, and I'm like, it's Mama. Hello. And she's like, so your nephew was playing with your beanbag, and instantly just went, oh my fucking God, did he see it? She was like, no, because what he did was he went, what's that? So, because you could feel it in the beanbag, and my sister went in, pulled out these 2 porno mags. My fucking scud books for when I was like fucking 15-year-old.
Antics Roadshow with him.
Oh, that's bad, isn't it? That is bad, man.
One of them was gingers as well. It was like all ginger birds, do you know what I mean?
See, on that, I've been told to tell this story, right? It features my mom again, right? And we might delete this, right? We might delete this.
We get a fucking TikTok warning for that clip the other day about your dad having a threesome.
A gangbang? I don't say threesome because it said gangbang. It could have been more.
Posted it up, man. It get taken down in a minute for a violation.
Right, I need to psych myself up for this one, right? Have you ever been caught chugging?
No, that I know.
No.
That I know.
Well, I have, right? And this
recently,
is how it went down. No, not stupid, Gary. Fuck's sake. Fucking hell. So I've been getting pressured off the boys to fucking tell this story because it's class, right? So one night, everybody, I can't believe this, man.
Share with the group, you're alright.
Everybody in the house is in their beds,
Right.
and I'm up just watching telly, flicking through the channels, and Sex and the City's come on, right? And who's the one that's a goer? Is it Charlotte? No Charlotte.
What, the main character?
No, well, they're all main characters. Who's the blonde one that's fucking pumped all the time?
Kim Cattrall.
Aye.
That
Kim
was
Cattrall, right, so that-
Samantha.
Samantha. Right. So she's getting proper stuck into somebody.
Right.
So I'm obviously like just going to have a bit of wordy time, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just like fucking right, battering into myself, right?
On the couch, man, bold.
Lying out, right? And I'm like, Sex and the City, every guy will know this. The clips are short, so you need to be quick. You know what I mean? If you're getting to the end, you need to be rapid. And the fucking living room door bursts open, and my mom's standing there, like just the fucking shadowy figure of my mother, right?
Oh, mate.
And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm scratching my sunburn. Right?
Sunburn on your knob.
I was rattling the sunbeds at the time, man. I must have been about 16 or 17. I was like, I'm scratching my sunburn. She's like, fucking sunburn. She's fucking marched her way through it, and then I can hear her shouting at my dad who's in his bed. Right? My dad goes to sleep in the scud. And I was like, please don't come through here, man. When he plays on, I can't deal. And he's like, he's shouting, yo, fucking go blind, get out of bed and all that, right?
You go blind.
So I was just like something about a tune of fat. I'm mortified, man. I'm like, oh my god, telly off, away to my bed.
Wait,
Like,
is we?
I must have been 16, I think.
Fucking hell, man.
16, I say, because I was going for sunbed, so that's how I've said sunburn. And I was like, fucking hell, man. Right, so I went to bed, and then it was like days later, and I hear her on the phone to my auntie, like fucking proper. He's just started the masturbating, like one of their jobs, man. Like mortification. Do you know what? We've never ever spoke about it since.
Oh, really?
Until this moment. I tell all my mates.
To your
Like,
auntie, I walked in, he was ripping the head right fucking off. Mate, I don't want to, do you know what I hate? It's a pet peeve of mine, see people that pure trying to one-up you all the time, right? But I've got
you're just about to go to 11
No,
out here, right?
it's no me. It's a guy that I knew, right? He stayed with his granny and his sister and his auntie. I think his mum and dad were dead. Do you know what I mean? And I think it was like a pure tragic thing, right? But he...
You're a bit of fucking...
No, mate. And he told us story to a fucking... Like a fucking common room full of fucking 5th year boys, right?
Aye.
We're all sitting in the common room, like we were going for 5th year into 6th year, and we're just see that way, like all your mates left, and you ended up making pals with people that you didn't really know. We were just chatting, just telling like stupid stories, and he was like, "See, one time I was having a wank, and my granny and my auntie and my sister walked in, and he's like, I didn't get caught, but I pulled my trousers up, and I started jizzing." And he's like, I just sat there. And my granny went there, "Are you alright?" Oh, I just said his fucking name. He's like, "You alright?" And he's fucking jizzing, and he's... can't even on TikTok.
His cheek. Oh, son, you're getting off him handsome. Fucking hell, man. Oh, fucking no way, man.
Oh, man.
The thing is, you can pure envisage that happening, can't you?
I'm imagine that, man. He was like, I'm sure, he was like, I fucking didn't even feel like I was going to come. He's like, as soon as I pulled my trousers up, I started cutting. There's not me.
That's a bit of friction, man, going on.
Man, I think it's been the nerves, man. I think it's fucking kicked in, man. His body's just went, yeah, have that, mate.
That's the fucking
Imagine
weirdest
sitting there,
orgasm
but
you'll ever have in your life, man.
grand on it and it's trickling down your inside leg.
I'm going to go for a shower. Like, fucking
You've got to share these serious stories. You got to share them, man. You got to share shit like that. Like, I don't care.
I'll
It's
need to
funny as
bleep
fuck.
his name, man. In fact, fuck it. He's not going to watch it. He will only fucking...
Can you imagine the odds of that happening?
Oh my god,
You'd
man!
win the lottery
timing,
fucking 6
the
times.
timing, but as well, like that's the thing. Like walking in you, but it's the fucking timing when you're fucking proper finished and you're just.
But it's
sitting there.
mental though.
Well, that
because
was it because he wasn't. He just said I was just fucking like. Right, he says as soon as the door opened, I pulled my trousers up. He's like, I just fucking went. I was like,
Fucking
man,
hell, man.
fucking hell.
he's put all that graft in. He's not even got to enjoy it.
It might have been his thing, you know, looking his granny in the eye.
For an
Like,
audience to come in.
I found my place in the world.
This is a peak for me. This is it.
That's wild, isn't it?
Jeez, man.
Aye.
He might have been talking shite, but he wasn't the
that
type.
sounds like a
He
real
wasn't the
story,
type, and he was one of the pure manky bat. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Like we
Aye.
went fucking.
See, when you think about how much you would have chugged yourself when you're a wee guy, but the likelihood of that fucking happening's high, isn't it?
Cunts were fucking, and I went to St Andrews. It was cunts comparing records and all that.
Aye.
But
Like,
that's as
what's
you
the most
said.
you've done in a day? And you're
Aye.
like, mate, stop talking to me.
See, when you said there, as far as you're aware, you've not been caught. You probably have at some point, but you've just not been
Aye.
none the wiser.
I've been caught pumping a few times. Off my mum, dad.
Aye, I've been caught pumping before.
Aye.
Never.
No off my mum and dad, but well, I think my mum and dad must know. Aye.
Your
Aye,
ma's
they
been
know.
through the fucking mill with you,
My
man.
man knows, isn't she?
Aye, they know. They definitely know. Like, I used to think I was a pure wido. I used to open my window and smoke hash, like
Aye.
the buckets and stuff. I was big into hash when I was a wee guy. And fucking years later, like my dad's dead. My dad died fucking nearly 20 years ago. And I was like to my mum, like, fuck, I used to get away with smoking hash. She was like, you didn't get away with fuck all. We just
Aye.
fucking let you do it.
That's
They
mad,
pure
innit?
know. They were like,
Aye,
When
I'm
you
not
open the
stupid,
window and
man.
the smell just disappears.
Cause
I'm
I've done all
fucking
that
banging
shit as well.
buckets in the fucking front room of a fucking,
Aye.
do you know what I mean? A council house in Carntyne. They're like
Aye.
that. We could smell it was stinking.
Aye.
I'm like, I get away with it.
It's mad, innit? I remember last year I used to go to like the way her house was set up. I've not told this story, I don't think so. The way her house was set up, she had a downstairs toilet and her room was in the bottom flare, like right next to the living room. But I had this fucking Johnny that I had to go and flush away or get rid of, man. So I went to the downstairs toilet and I thought, this will disappear rapid. I'm like,
A floater.
it's still sitting, man. And I'm like, what the fuck? And her dad was meant to be dragging me off back up the road. I was just young. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, go for two. Bang. 5 times, man. I had to sit and wait for the whole fucking system to load up again, flushing it. And I went through to her. I was like, you're going to need a kid on. You're going to the toilet. I can't get rid of it. I think she fucking went and just fucking
Aye, I
scooped
was
it
gonna
out
say,
the
I'd
brush,
have
man.
scooped it
Got rid of it. Man, what the fuck?
See,
But
if
he
you-
obviously knew it. If that was in my house, I would have known exactly what was going on. Do you know what I mean?
If you'd have
Aye.
tied a knot in it and there was an air bubble, it's buoyant. The
Aye.
fucker's
Aye,
not going
it's
anywhere,
just-
man.
it's
It's
even
just going to
tied,
fucking float away.
It was fucking. It was just loose. It was just.
I bet see about flush
life
two if you
jacket.
get full fear activated, like I'm not getting out of here.
He wasn't in long enough to do a shite. I was literally only in to put that down and flush, and I was kidding on. I was blowing my nose and all that. Do you know what I mean? One of the jobs, and then I'll be out.
Mate, I used to think folk that had like more than one toilet were like fucking multi-millionaires.
Proper rich.
I
Aye.
didn't know anybody. When I was growing up that had 2 toilets, man.
Only when I went to Barnum and then you like go chatting to folk for like Mount
Oh,
Vernon and all that.
mate, I
You're like,
crashed.
ah, fuck's sake, I suppose get 5 rooms.
I
Aye,
gate
aye.
crashed a Bannerman prom party
Right.
on a house, see like where the Bracknairn is.
I down at the cross.
See there's like the big hoosies if you're going for town past Shettleston, you're going that way,
Yep.
like towards
Uh-huh.
Barliston Main Street.
Yep.
There was like a big massive house, like a big castle style house.
Right.
They had like rooms in the attic and all that, like proper. Do you know what I
Aye,
mean? And
proper
I
dope.
was working at Mcdonalds and there was a guy, Johnny Gormley. He played drums. What a drummer this guy was, man. Fucking brilliant. David Gormley. I think he played for Rangers for a
That
while.
rings a
St
bell.
Mirren and stuff. That was his wee brother. They stayed in what's the place up the top of Eddie Road?
Swinton.
They stayed in
Right.
Swinton. So he was like, "Ah, look, just come. Like, just turn up. The
Aye.
prom finishes. We're all going back to this house. Their family's mental. Like, their dad was smoking weed with and all that. And we were like, all right, cool. So the big brother's a bit of a gimp.
Right.
But he's...
Putting that out there.
Oh, no, he's like fucking 21. We're like, he was maybe even older than that. Like, his pal was sound, but the brother was weird.
Right.
But he had like an Xbox, and we were like, oh, he's got a fucking Xbox,
Aye.
and he had the PS2 and he had everything. They were minted, right?
Aye.
They were minted. And so we're taking a bong. So I bring a big green fucking bong that I got for the Forge Market. We're like banging this bong, and a guy, I don't even know who he was. I don't know what he was doing there, but he was sitting smoking this bong. And see, when you just assume every cunt can handle himself, this guy turned green.
Oh,
He
man.
just went green, and he bent air, right? And he was spewing on this guy's bedroom flare. And the guy had a decorative claymore, like a shield with with 2 like mad
Aye,
decorative
aye.
swords. He took a sword off the fucking hangman and put it above his head as if he was going to try and chop the cunt's head off. He like fucking rugby tackled the cunt, started punching fuck out him in his house. We need to try and find out. What year did you? How old are you?
41.
Aye, so it was like, I think it would have been the year after you, because
Right.
I was in first year of uni.
I seen, they've got money, fucking claymores on the wall. You
I
used to just
definitely
have posters ripped out
but
of a
he was
magazine.
genuinely going to smack this cunt in the back of the neck for spewing on his flare at this house party. But we ended up like, he was like, oh, all my old toys for like when I was a wee guy are in the loft, and we were like, noted. And then as soon as everybody went to bed, we were like straight up into the loft, and the mum and dad came up at like pure 7 in the morning, and mate, it wasn't just bombs, we were taking all sorts, and we were sitting with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all that.
Get out, talk to each other.
I like plain, not like proper plain turtles, like me and two of my mates.
Oh
like,
my God, man.
19-year-old,
sake,
out of bin on Eckies, pure like, right, Mon, there's a turtle van.
April
You're
Neil.
not doing it right.
Fucking class, man.
Fuck's sake.
Dynamite in it. What do you think? We'll play a wee game of the numbers game.
You get your numbers.
You got time?
At what time?
Aye, fucking just go. Let's go.
We'll go 10 minutes.
Right.
You're just buzzing on this numbers game, aren't you?
I know, I want
You're
to-
working for a company or something. You're getting fucking paid for this.
We need to get him up for about 50 questions we've got. Right, hold on, because I've still got the...
Do you change the questions or do you just keep the same ones all the time?
I'm not telling you. Do you want to change them?
Well, you changed them for...
I don't know what they are, mate.
You're like 50% in charge of this.
I've never seen the fucking questions.
I sent you them the other day.
No, you didn't.
But
You
I
got a
can
generic one that you use for everybody?
Aye,
Do you want
I've
me
got
to, do you want me to fucking prove it right
prove it.
now?
I WhatsApped you the ones we used for Kenny, didn't I?
Aye, if I was going to say Kenny Miller gets his own...
He 'cause I put
Kenny
some...
seen them before I did.
So he's saying sorry?
No, no.
Right,
Did he
okay.
tell you I shat it for having a bit of banter with Kenny Miller?
Did you?
Aye, I was going to say, like, mate, fucking loved you at Celtic, man.
Oh,
Well,
man,
see that
you
goal,
should've.
you kissed the badge? I shat myself today. I was like,
should've.
nah.
He's a good laugh, isn't he?
See, when he came in, he looked all serious and all that, and I shook his on, I was like, nah. He's
By
not-
the way,
He was
man,
in agony because he had that mad.
incredible shape he's in.
Aye.
Oh, aye, man.
Aye,
I'll need
he
to-
still trains
well, I
now,
need
didn't
to
he?
believe
So-
that.
He looks like...
Well, he's turned up with a football injury, so he's just...
Looks
still-
mid-20s.
Aye. No, I know.
They no
But he
say
still play.
took cramp in bed. It's hardly a football injury, is it?
Well, I think he said it was because he was training though during the week.
Right.
But then by the flight as well.
Aye.
He was a good sport.
Aye, he was good.
Aye, he
wasn't
was
he?
good.
Really good
Aye, he
man.
was good.
I've met a couple of football players like that of that generation that take themselves very, very seriously.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And they're not up for party, they're not up for a laugh.
Nah.
They're pure, like, no, like.
Kenny was more up for part than he was the football chat thing, wasn't he? He was up
But
for
then I
having a
thought
carry on.
I think he was conscious he didn't want it to just be, because see when he was talking about football, you can tell he's got a lot of knowledge.
Aye.
Like he wasn't just talking about your running the mill stuff that we all talk about. He's been in dressing rooms, he's played at the highest level, but I think he was sitting there going, they don't want me to talk about football for fucking an hour
No.
here. And then he
He could have
started
sat and
moving on to
spoke about
other.
it for
Mate, I
ages,
could have
but
sat for
aye.
4 hours.
I know.
When I met Barry Ferguson, I said to him, by the way, mate, I used to fucking hate your guts. And he was pure love it.
Aye.
I had a lot of, like, a good laugh with him.
Aye.
I was expecting not to like him. See, because he was my generation's, like, fucking,
Aye.
you're like, fucking me prick, man, I
Aye,
fucking hate him. And met him and was pure, what a guy, man.
I hero worshipped him and then he asked to
Absolutely
leave and I
sound.
was like, you're fucking dead to me.
Ask him on. Ask him on now. Come on.
He's very...
Come on, chat it through.
He's I wouldn't say he's the worst, but he's very serious. Do you know what I
Aye.
mean? And you're not getting a laugh with him.
No, he's watching the Gary Falls clip and been like, no.
Nah.
Aye.
But
Absolutely.
I
I'm
said
not
to him,
set up here.
Aye.
We're not going to set anybody up, but we know.
No, and that's the thing. It's no. You're just on to have a. You're on to have a laugh and talk shite. It's no a. I don't think we've ever had a guest on where we've made them feel.
No.
People talk about what. That's why we say bring your topics. You talk about what you want to talk about.
Aye.
No, we're
That's true.
sound as fuck, mate.
You're saying this fuck. I
Correct.
keep telling fucking proper dodgy stories, man.
I mean, with no encouragement.
I know.
I may add.
I know. Listen, it's all about the humour value, isn't it? I
you'll
know-
start to filter at some point because you'll start to get to the stories where you're like, I've been
your mad leathers, you.
podcasting since 2015 and I'm running out of stories. A lot of these stories that I've, like the Marty Pello one, I don't think I've ever told that. I told a Biffy Clyro story for Patreon that I wouldn't tell in public. And you start to get to the point where you're like, I need to stop because I'm going to share the wrong thing. Or
Aye.
I'm going to mention a name
Aye.
and people will be like, don't fucking mention me, do you know what I mean?
You're beyond that now.
I don't care. Fuck them. Right, anyway, Paul, pick a number between 1 and 50.
Oh,
you know
man.
the rules, don't you?
Aye, I know the rules.
You know
mate.
the rules.
Did it? You need to get a jingle for your game.
27.
27. Oh, we keep getting the same numbers. If you could wipe one person off the earth, who would it be?
Oh. Donald Trump.
Trump?
Aye. No, in fact, Elon Musk.
Aye.
Aye.
I don't mind Donald Trump.
I don't know him, mate.
Fuck's sake. Wow. Right, all right.
I think he's
You said traffic wardens the other week. Many
I
traffic
stand by
wardens,
it.
you know.
don't need to know them.
I feel bad, man. I feel bad for traffic wardens. They're doing a job, man. At the end of the
But
day,
they're snidey about
they
it.
get
Aye.
some amount of abuse, mate. And see if you were taking that amount of abuse day in day out, you'd be a cunt to everybody as well.
But there is ones where they're just snidey for the
of course
sake
there
of
is, of course there is. But see if you're all right with them, they're usually all right with you.
But you go, listen, mate, I'm really sorry, I'm going to move my motor. And then go, right, no bother. Don't fucking do it again. It's been your lucky day. And away you go. And you go away with a bad experience. But don't fucking just go, tough shit, you've been here over 10 minutes. Fucking shut up.
I love that.
Nah, but I'm not a fan of Trump.
Good man.
Like,
That's what they all sound like.
it's not even like his politics or anything like that. Like, I just think that the guy's an absolute fucking joke of a man. Do you know what I mean?
The
And,
fake
like,
tan's incredible, man.
and the amount of, I just, honestly, like, see guys, like, see the way he is with his daughter and all that, man. I'm
Aye.
like, get him to fuck.
Bit creepy.
Mate, he took his 2 daughters to fucking Epstein Island and all that. Or, like, there's photos of him, his daughters with Epstein. And I'm just like, nah, man, get him to fuck. But I don't like Elon Musk. I've got to,
Why,
man.
what's the-
He's pure endorsing Trump now on Twitter, isn't he?
I think he ruined Twitter.
Oh, 100%
He's
ruined
absolutely
Twitter.
ruined, and I loved Twitter. I absolutely love Twitter. I used to love footballing on Twitter,
Aye.
and see the night that you played. Who was your Champions League qualifier?
Just there. It was
Dynamo Kiev.
Dynamo. So the away leg. I hadn't been on Twitter in a while, and I'm a lurker. Like I don't post.
Aye.
And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to have an old school. I'm going to watch the Rangers game. I'm going to have Twitter, get the reaction. And my Twitter feed was just fucking people getting punched in the face, people being racist. But I was just like, get this to fuck, man. He's absolutely ruined it. He's ruined it. And there's been a couple of people like, I think it's got better. And I'm like,
No, I
you're
don't
for the
think it
fucking
is.
watching.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And,
No, it's
and
not.
have you ever seen the stadium, like, you ever seen the like videos of him actually in real life? He's prancing about and all. You're like, you're a fucking. He wouldn't have lasted 2 minutes in Glasgow. Like, see if he grew up in Glasgow, man. Honestly, he wouldn't. See if he'd have went to the Andy in the 90s, he wouldn't have lasted fucking 5 minutes.
He'd have had a claymore on his wall.
Aye, he'd have been. Aye, exactly.
But
Aye,
Laird's room.
100%. He'd have been hanging about with the fucking Janny. Do you know what I mean?
Right, go my man, another number.
Right, I'm trying to think out. Right, 13.
13. Unlucky for some. 13. What's your death row meal?
Oh, we're having 3 courses.
Yeah.
Oh, aye. Got to go out with style, don't you?
Aye.
A tomahawk for my main.
Nice.
Haggis bonbons for my starter. And
Pepper sauce?
aye,
Pepper. Would you care for some pepper sauce? Sir?
maybe the whiskey sauce.
Oh, aye.
Some wee sides for your steak.
Just the usual, like sautéed vegetables and chips. And then
Cultured.
I don't even know. I'm like, I love chocolate, but I'm no mad into desserts. See, like,
Aye,
see if I go out for dinner, start on the main and then out the door. See,
Aye.
I'm not a big fan of like sticky toffee pudding
Wee
or
bar of dairy milk or something like that. And just to,
aye,
just
Collie Wally on the way up the road.
Collie
Have you ever
Wally.
seen that
Something to chew on when you're sitting in a chair. Pick it out your teeth.
What was that? What was the TV show? Was it Little Britain where he would sit down and he would be like, "I'll have the caviar and a packet of Monster Munch." Did you ever see that? No. I'm sure it was Little Britain that used to do that. The guy would
love
order
Little
a
Britain,
big
man.
fancy meal and then he'd be like, "And a bottle of Lucozade."
Right, go for another one.
44.
All the fours, 44.
44.
Rate your looks on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh mate, are you kidding?
10 in it.
No.
Squall out.
Nah, I don't even look at myself like that.
Oh, you've got to. Or you
Nah.
you can pass or you can.
So,
switch
see when
it.
I played in the band, right, and I was young, and there's like 40s, I'd be like, no bad, man. Do you know what I mean? But see now, I don't really look at myself like that. Like, I do loads of podcasts, and like, I've got a podcast with Darren Connell called Straight White Whale. And see when I look at myself,
Got a plug in there, didn't you?
plug in there.
Smooth, man.
Too right.
5-star on
But no
Spotify.
just look so. See, like, as you get older, what would you rate, like, all in? Like, thinking about everything?
Oh, you know, I've got a wee bad streak in me sometimes. 8 out of 10, I'd say. See if I'm looking on my Facebook at people that I went to school with, I'm a fucking 10 out of 10. Like, put it that way. There's a few where you're like, mate, you look like fucking hell, man. Like,
A lot of good looking ones are ugly now, aren't they?
They've peaked too early, mate.
no, even that, man. No, even that. Some of them I'm like, oh my God.
Aye.
There's a guy on my Facebook that I used to go to school with, and he's the most cringe cunt you've ever, like, honestly. I've got a hobby, I just like looking at this guy's posts and being like, oh my fucking God.
Screenshotting them and
He
sending them to
posts
people.
on Facebook like a fucking, like a pure 80-year-old woman. Do you know what I mean? And he checks in at the hospital and all that.
No.
And I'm like,
attention
well, surely
seeker.
we're past
Aye,
that. But he
can't,
did one the other day where he's like, he shaves his head. I think he's bald, right? And he was putting up, she's got a photo of himself for like 20 years ago. And he's like, I think I'll grow my hair back. And I was like, mate, and he got like 4 days in, he's like, I'm shaving it. And I was like, because you're bald, mate.
Aye.
Like, you're not looking
Give
at,
it
I'm
on.
not looking at, mate, see, when I was 20-year-old, I had hair down to my fucking, I had big long hair down to my back. Like,
Did you? Aye.
I played in a lot of
The
metal
rocker,
band.
man.
Aye.
How would you rate yourself?
Full everything or just looks?
No, everything. It's not just about looks, mate.
9.
Fair fucks to you.
9. I'd say I'm a 9.
Love that.
See, I'm a 9. I'm getting better looking as I got older as well, so probably in a 6 months' time I'll listen to it again, it'll be a 10. Mate, I'll show you a photo.
I love
I'll
that.
show you a picture, right, of me when I was like 2 years ago.
Right.
What a glow up, by the way. I don't know how. I
fucks, mate.
think I've just lost a bit of timber, but I'll show you after this. I posted it on Instagram not long ago, actually. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it.
It was a photo of me holding.
Aye.
Wow.
But I don't look at myself and think like I think like I trained as a therapist. I went back to uni at 30 and did psychology and trained as a therapist. And I think when you do that, and then I actually practiced for 2 years, and then I gave it up when I started doing the podcast and stuff. And I think you sort of learn to like switch off that. How do people see me?
Aye.
I've switched it off,
Yeah.
and I honestly like I couldn't give a fuck.
Aye.
Honestly, I got like, see if you go back to like my 20s, I'd be like, fucking, I need to get pristine.
Aye.
See now, man, if I've got a stain in my tongue, I don't give a fuck.
I used to pure be the materialistic and care about designer stuff and all that now, and I don't give a fuck. Genuinely don't care about that shit anymore.
Comes with age back, doesn't it? It does come
Probably
with age.
does it, because a lot of people get older and they
Aye.
start taking a move away from all that now. But
Aye.
I think when you get wains as well, and then you're like, what do you do? You go and buy a £450 t-shirt, or do you fucking take your wains somewhere nice and do something like that?
100%.
It's priorities are different. aren't they?
100%.
And you're just like what you just described there. I'm just fully comfortable with myself, man. I'm not
So
really
deep.
bothered what
That's
folk
so-
think.
That's so deep.
But it's true though. I think you get to a point and you're like, who are you looking to impress?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? You need, see, as long as you're happy with you,
Aye.
and you've obviously got your partner or whatever, and they're happy with you, then, and your kids are happy with you, where does it matter?
I
There'll
know.
always be somebody out there that thinks you're a 10 out of 10. Put it that way. You could be the
Aw.
ugliest fucking fucker on the planet,
Aye.
and there'll be somebody that looks at you and goes, why?
You're for me.
Aye.
You're the one, big boy.
And I think, honestly,
Get
like,
out here.
I honestly,
Just
like,
watch.
I actually despair at people's mental health. See when you look ruined, like, not to pick on the gender thing, right? But see how normal it is now for women to go and stick a needle in their face and get a bit of Botox.
At young
I've got
ages
no
as well,
judgment, by the way. I'm not saying this and like, you know, I've got no judgment. Do what you want. You are free to do what you want in your life. But I just worry about that, man. I really do worry
100%.
about that. And I think it's starting to seep into men. I think you're seeing a lot of guys, like a lot of the sort of American guys are getting the jawline fixed and all that. And I'm like, where does it end, man?
Aye.
We're all going to age. We're all going to sag. We're all going to die. Just enjoy yourself, man. and
Imagine
stop
that
giving a
stress,
fuck.
man, of thinking, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and when are you ever going to be happy, man?
I know. And it's saying some people go, fucking, there was a woman on your telly last night and I was like, she's had that much work done, like, it actually looks fucking sore, what
Aye.
you've done to your face.
Aye.
Big massive lips and cheeks away up
Aye,
there.
it
and
just
all
looks
that.
horrendous, man.
Looks fucking agony, man, walking about
Aye.
with that. It's your face fucking stuff like that. Fuck knows.
No.
We're doing a couple.
Aye, go for it, man. It's my
Right.
studio. We'll do what we want. Got a lock in.
I've got a lock in, haven't we? Right, go for it.
Fuck, 37.
3 and 7. 37. If you could swap lives with anyone, who would it be?
Oof.
These are really good questions, aren't they?
That is a
Whoever
good
come up with these
question.
is a fucking podcast genius.
That is a good question.
Wasn't you, Gary, was it?
I would, right, so, not a bit, I'll take entertain, I wouldn't swap with anybody. I think, really and truly. I don't look at people and pretend to think how they feel about their life based on what I see of them.
Their projection.
But,
Aye.
but I would absolutely kill to be Liam Gallagher for a day. He is the coolest cunt that has ever walked the face of the fucking planet.
Here
for
we
me.
go.
I'm buying into
like,
this.
So
Liking
I've seen Oasis so many times, and I'll tell you, like, I was talking to a mate about this, and I wasn't bothered about Murrayfield. I was like, mate, see when you've seen them, see when you've seen Liam Gallagher like 3 feet away from your face, does it get
he's
any
been
better?
to
than
fucking
that?
Seen them at the peak of their powers.
Aye.
Aye.
Gary.
But I'll tell you what, right? One time at Tina Park, I went to back-to-back Tina Parks for like 14 years. Loved Tina Park. Fucking played Tina Park in one of my bands. Like, fucking loved it.
Just threw that in
Amazing,
there.
right?
I know.
Fucking, I mean, played Tina Park as if it's nothing.
They used to do like tea break, unsigned bands, and if you were in with King Tut's, they would put you on.
Aye.
They put us
Mate,
on
that's
you.
still a fucking huge thing.
It was amazing, mate. It was amazing. I fucking fucked it, but anyway, after it, I get fucked up. But the one of the years 2003, I think it was, Oasis headlined the Saturday night, and they walked on stage, and I felt like I was in that field by myself,
Aye.
looking at Liam. I was like that, mesmerised, and I'd seen him like 4 times at that point. He is honestly, man, what a front man.
Aye.
Bit of a dick, like.
I like that about him. But
Aye, a bit
like the arrogance
dickish.
and
I like the
fucking
arrogance as
swagger.
well. You need it. But I would like to be him for a day. And I'd like to be him for a day in like circa 1997.
Aye.
I would never like. Aye.
When Be Here Now came
Aye.
out, they were the biggest band in the world, even though the album's quite shite. They did that arena tour, and I think that I would take that as a day.
Aye.
But to actually swap my full life, I don't know, man. I wouldn't want other people's problems, do you know what I mean? And I've got enough of my own.
Aye.
And I cope with them all right, so...
Fair dues,
And
man.
it's took me 40 years to get there, so would I want to all of a sudden transport myself into somebody else, man? Maybe not.
Good question, though, wasn't it?
That was a
I
good
belted
question.
a question.
Let's go for another one.
Right, I'll go 29.
29. When was the last time you cried?
Oh,
Mate, I-
fucking deep, man.
Right,
Deep.
so I spent my dad, right? My dad was old school. My dad had pubs, and he was in like with the bad cunts, right? And I seen that guy cry maybe once in my full life. And when I was wee, right? So, see when Davy Cooper died, there was a football TV show, him and
I remember
Tommy Craig.
Yep.
What age would we have been when Davy
David
Cooper
Cooper
died?
died 1995.
Right, so we were like
12.
I would have been
12,
11. Because I'm like a year behind. My birthday's in November, so we'd have been about 11 or 12. And I loved that TV show. Remember they used to be like,
It's like the coaching thing.
aye,
wasn't it?
here's how to do a bicycle kick, and then
Yep.
I'd go to the back and fucking do
Aye.
bicycle kicks and stuff like that. Loved it. When he died, I was just, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? And was pure stunned. And actually went to the toilet to greet so that I didn't greet in front of my dad. So that's the level that we're talking. Like, I didn't cry for about 10 years.
Aye.
See, like, for like maybe about 15 to like 25, you're talking like maybe like once, like I cried. But see, for like I turned about 30, I greet all the time.
Aye.
Not
All
a
the
bad
time,
thing.
mate. Honestly, like my missus is an artist, and she did a self-portrait of herself. She had a bereavement, like quite a personal one. She's done this self-portrait of herself, like greeting and sitting. Mate, I walk into our spare rooms or art studio and I see that, mate. I just start greeting. I'm like,
That
fuck's
right,
sake, aye. Because I can feel it. I was
Aye,
there. Do you know what I mean? And I'm
Aye.
like, oh my god, I actually feeling a wee bit fucking well.
Aye.
I greet all the time.
Aye.
I greet.
I don't
all
mind it.
The fucking
No, I
time.
Don't mind it, man. Genuinely don't mind
I think you
it.
need
They
to.
are.
Things
Rather
happening
than
and
just keeping it.
watching the telly. And all
I
that,
used
I'll
to
fucking
see when
sit
I
and-
didn't greet. I used to kick fuck out was
Aye.
like he'd butt was and all that. Like
Aye.
but broke my horn hunters, punching was like I ripped a fucking metal bench in Tollcross Park because my mate wouldn't take me to go and get a bit of hash one night. And I was like 19 and I was like, I'll fucking kill you, you cunt.
Aye.
And he's like pure lovely guy, wouldn't fight. And I get dragged up. So I went there to fucking kicked fuck out and ripped it and it fucking came out. And I was pure, whoa. So that's the level that your emotions build up in you. See if you don't let it out, man.
Aye,
and
aye.
everybody greets, man. Everybody greets.
Aye.
Don't care what anybody says.
Aye.
You need
100%.
to have a cry every now and again.
Aye. Do you ever get in a fight like at school or anything like that and
Start greeting out
you'd
anger.
win the fight and start greeting?
Just
Aye.
pure rage.
Start greeting with the adrenaline just coming right out you. It's the weirdest fucking sensation ever, man. You just start fucking greeting.
Used to happen when you were a wee guy and you were playing football and that as well. See if you took like a fucking like a saurian
Aye.
and you're trying to fight it.
Aye, aye.
But
And it
your
makes it
whole
worse.
body's just willing you to fucking be emotional and you end up with that pure rage adrenaline for like 2-3 minutes, you just lose all control.
I know.
Try and end on a funny one.
Right, okay. Well, I pick one then.
I pick
Go
one
for
for
it.
us, and then we'll wrap up because she'll be fucking cooking my dinner.
Does it need to be funny? I feel as if I'm under pressure for it to be funny.
We got a bit serious there, didn't we?
I know.
I like that though.
Have you ever had an STD?
No,
No?
I've went and been tested a few times.
Aye. Did you get the old...
Uh-huh.
That's the sound
What's
it makes, apparently. It's when they stick the umbrella down your...
Aye, to check for crabs.
Aye, and then you pull it out, scrape it
It's,
out.
it's,
They do an
it's nasty.
inner scraping of your... What's it they call it?
Urethra.
Urethra.
We spoke
Aye.
about this, didn't we?
Apparently,
So
that's
I've been
what they do.
tested a few times because I've had a couple where I'm like, "Oof, better go and get tested." But no, I've never had one. I remember, fucking hell. So my mate, my mate Div, his mum owned Alley Bar, see Alexandra Bar
Yep.
on Duke Street. They've owned it for like the 90s. So if anybody's ever drank, they'll know who I'm talking about. My big mate Div, man, like he's wee bit smaller than me, but he's always been like 20-25 stone of just fucking muscle. Like he fucking could run through a brick wall, man. He's built like a fucking tank, right? So my mate Scott was like the mad shagger, like the group. You know what I mean? If we went on a night out, he'd pull multiple
Aye.
birds, like constantly. If we went abroad, he'd be pumping a different bird every night. And So he's like a good looking boy. Rough now, right? But he was good looking back in the day. He's had wings now, you're like, you've lost it. Kidding on, hope he watches that. But he pumped us. So we were in the Alley Bar, and he's pumped this bird, and he's went back to this flat in Duke Street, and he's shagged her, and he's come out, and he's like, I've definitely got something. Like how? And he's like, there was a smell, man. Like honestly. And before we got abroad, he's like,
Once you're there, you can't
know
go there.
Aye, man. Like, and like, there's a smell, and you went in fucking no Johnny, mate. What you doing? But anyway, we were in a taxi on the way back up to Cranhill. He was for Cranhill, and he's like, I'm getting at you already. Right? We're like, like, no, yeah, that's in your head, man. There's no way.
You can smell the
next
smell.
next day, he was like, pissing fire, man. He caught chlamydia, so he went to the Sandyford, and then he's like, I've got chlamydia, boys. And we're like, right, no bother. Next weekend, we're in the Alley Bar again, Big Div. There's that bird with the chlamydia. I'm going up the road, and he's fucking, we're like, you got a Johnny? He's like, nah, fuck it, I'm alright. I'll just go to the clinic.
No, man. That's wild, isn't it?
Knew that she was absolutely clinging and went for it anyway.
Ooh.
That's bad.
You even just go back like 15 years, and if you had a problem, you had to just figure it out.
Aye.
Aye.
Like, see now, if you're like,
Aye.
whatever, like, mate, I fixed a boiler.
Aye.
I'm on
Aye.
YouTube and just like, fuck it.
Yep, 100%,
couldn't get a plumber. I was like, fuck it, man. Went on YouTube and fixed a combi boiler after a YouTube
Get a tutorial for everything new online.
That's it. You can fix your motor and all
Aye.
that. Mechanical things, you can ain't at all.
Aye.
But
Whereas I
people-
used to phone my gran, see if I did something that I didn't know.
Grand's always new.
I'd phone my gran, she knew everything. She was like an encyclopedia.
Aye, man, fuck. Talking about my dad, like, he was a pure fucking, get me a fucking butter knife, know what I mean? They could fucking try and fix it with a butter knife, getting in about it. But I just, even just the generational thing, like, I think young people now are like, how the fuck have these people, especially with the word trauma, they'll be
Aye.
like, how are these people just walking about like that? And you're like, because they couldn't go on Google and go, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Aye,
And
aye.
it would
Just
go,
got on with it.
here's how you cope with that. They
Aye.
just fucking had to like bite down on their gum shield and just get through the fucking
Aye.
day. Do you know what I mean?
Bevy.
No
Aye.
wonder you get into trouble. Do you know what I mean? You're
Aye.
running about fucking mental.
Crazy, innit?
Couldn't he just make TikTok lives and that and
No.
talk about it?
I know.
Fucking hell, man.
Mental, innit?
Even with all the information, and you can go and you can look it up, and you could go and figure out how to build a motor. You could go and you could build a house. I've watched
Aye.
tutorials. I sit and watch cunts building houses. Like, I could do that, man. Could I fuck right? But still, cunts are fucking absolute crackpots, man.
Aye.
They're still.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? They're still just jumping about,
Aye.
absolute mental.
100%. 100%. What a fucking episode, man.
I know. I think we should go and get dinner now. I'm fucking starving. No together. No together.
By myself.
8:45.
Is it?
Aye.
Fucking hell, man. Right, it's bedtime.
Aye, I know. She'll be raging.
School run in the morning.
Worth it though, mate. That
Oh,
was
thank you,
class,
mate.
man.
Was it?
Walk-ins are
Aye.
good.
Ah, it was good.
Walk-ins are good,
See,
aren't
I do so many podcasts and all that. I just sit and I'm like, this will be shite.
Nah, man.
But I wanted to come on, like, and I said this to Gary, and obviously, like, Chris, it's actually took me so long to remember your fucking name. And I mean this, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I've been smoking weed since I was 15. And I meet so many people, I'm just oh, sorry, what's your name again? You know what I mean? I think it was last week, I was like, it's Chris, isn't it? It's like, aye. Sean was even, met you once.
I said the wrong one, that's what I done to you, man.
Sean met you once, like, Chris, and I'm like, who's Chris? Oh, right, aye. Right, okay. She was like, the funny one.
Oh,
right? And I said to Gary,
right
see when everybody that comes into the studio, I get into a chat with, is always pure, you should come on my podcast, and I dodge it like a fucking, I'm like, no chance. And see when you said it the other week, I was like, I'm going to fucking do that, because you are genuinely some laugh. I think you've got something here.
Aye.
So I was pure, I wanted to do it, genuinely wanted to do it. So thank you for having me on.
Everybody just hears a big booming laugh for the corner.
I know, mate.
People keep saying, who is that guy in the corner? What
All the silence when you go, Paul's that funny?
Pin drop. Nah,
Don't chase it, mate. Don't chase it.
I know.
It'll make me not want to laugh.
I do look here when I say something funny though. It's like, see when a football player looks at the manager to see if he's seen that cross that he put in.
Busy bastard.
Aye.
Aye.
Busy.